Hey, 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 and welcome to another episode of Talk Blurty to Me. That's all I have for an intro.
So good. I love
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. I worked very hard on it. But yeah, today, Mother's Day just passed, and we have not talked about Mother's Day. I don't think we actually did a Mother's Day episode last year. I know we did a Father's Day one, but I don't know if we did a Mother's Day. So I felt like
We
we
did a
needed to.
Father's Day one?
Yeah, we talked about like the best, or maybe we didn't. Maybe I just posted about the best dads in anime and video games. Well, whatever.
Was it
Anyway,
Goku? Because can't nobody beat Goku.
absolutely not Goku. Goku is top 5 worst dads in anime. Absolutely not one of the best.
Oh, you're going to get some people coming for you.
I don't think so. I think that's pretty universally accepted is that Goku is not a good dad. He's a good fighter. He's not a good dad, right? Like I think that's a consensus we've all, as an anime community, come to agree with. But no, felt good to talk about some moms, some good moms, and not bad dads. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about bad moms, though, too.
No, Lana wants to talk about bad moms, so she
I'm talking
likes
about
to see
both
the
of
world burn a little bit. She just likes to see the world burn.
I like some yin and yang, that's all.
The bad moms are what allow the good moms to flourish.
Yeah, that's true. And they need to be talked about. But I'm going to talk about good moms, too. I think I have 3 that all fit into one thing as well. Like, I'm not going to elaborate on them, but put them all in the same.
Like they fall into like a bucket of
Mm-hmm.
mom-isms.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my moms are all good moms for different reasons, so they'll be spoken about differently. But they're all like really good moms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe you. I believe you, but I'm going to see if I agree.
Okay, well, we're gonna find out. Do you want to go first or me? And are you talking about your good moms first, your bad moms? You gonna mix them in?
Well, that's tough. I'll just say, let's talk about good moms, and then
Okay.
maybe I'll talk about the bad moms at the end. So I'll talk about they're good moms, but I'm not gonna elaborate into it. I'm just gonna say these are good moms, and they're dead.
And they're dead.
Just leave with that. They're dead. But my good moms that are dead that, I'm not going to elaborate into because you don't really get to see them live up to their good mom potential other than in flashbacks and when they
Right.
come back as ghosts. But I got to say, my good moms, especially 2 of them come from Demon Slayer. So Tanjiro's mom, I think she's an excellent mom. Just you could tell before the series that she really cared about Tanjiro and Nezuko and all the kids. But then she came back as a ghost or I don't know, an afterthought several times in the series because there was the part where when they were in the forest episode where Nezuko was like all tied up and she was losing blood and she was like dying. And she's like, "Wake up, you have to stop your brother." So I think that and then also spoiler in the latest season when she imagines her mom like singing to her that calms her down, so you could tell that she was a good mom.
Yeah.
And I think even when she was dead in the series she was like laying over her children or something like that at one point. I can't remember if it was her and Nezuko or they both did that. So I think that she never leaves them and she's dead. So I love that. The other dead mom I really like is also in Demon Slayer. It's the Flame Hashira's mom who was telling him to
Oh
be
yeah.
kind to that was so
She was.
sweet.
I was
She
like, she
was
was
so
there for
sweet.
3 seconds.
She was there for 3
Trying to think of
seconds.
who.
So she doesn't really
Yeah.
matter, but she's along with that. And these are all kind of like newer moms. There are a lot of other dead moms, of course, in anime because that's like a reoccurring thing. Like, what was that? The other one I'm thinking of where she died. March comes in like a lion.
Yeah.
Um, we can also, I might elaborate actually on this dead mom later to my list, but Toru Honda's mom, she was a G. She's
Yeah.
dead,
Toru
but she
Honda's
was a
mom is.
G.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's on my list of good moms who are dead, but still in my list. And then I'll say Boji's mom. That's another good
Okay.
mom. She protected Boji. We already talked about this. She protected Boji, and she died covering that
Yeah,
man.
protecting.
So
Even though Boji almost drowned in a literal pool of
in her
blood,
blood, and she
she
didn't
yeah,
know. She didn't know.
she
She's
didn't
a
know she was
giant.
hey, she was dead at that time. So yeah,
You
no,
know,
she
she
did
was
not know.
dead. She
Yeah,
just tried to protect him, and if she hadn't have covered him, he would
he
have
would have died.
been
Yeah,
covered in holes instead of blood. So shout out to her. So I will say those are some moms that died, and there's plenty of other like moms that have, because it's like a reoccurring theme in anime where
yeah,
their mom dies and then they just remember them,
right.
and it makes them that type of person. So I think that I will say the bad mama I'ma mention instead at the end. One bad mama I could think of, because I started thinking about the fruits basket, is Momiji's mama. I don't
Oh yeah, she.
like Momiji. I don't care. Don't ever do anything to old school Momiji. I don't know about the new one with the German accent, but old school
The
Momiji, the
German
little
accent.
boy who had to got anyways, but she was a bad mom. So
Yeah,
those are my good dead moms, and
that's fair.
that
I'll
was my one bad mom.
Yeah, I'll throw Trisha Elric into your good dead moms. Edward and Alphonse
Hmm.
Elric's mom.
Yeah.
She's in that similar category where she is mostly flashbacks because the whole point of Full Metal, they tried to bring her back using alchemy, and because of the laws of equivalent exchange, she came back as a puddle of nothingness, and they lost parts of their body, or their entire body in the case of Alphonse. But you could
Hmm.
tell that she was like in the flashbacks a loving and caring mom after their dad abandoned them. There could be no glossing over. He left them kids. She like took care of them, had a house over their head, and then tragically died. And clearly, she was a great mom because they were willing to give up parts of themselves to try to bring her back. So, um, I'll throw Trisha into that list.
Yeah. No, I think that, like I said, the best moms in anime are the dead moms. Uh,
It's not true, but there are some really good dead moms. I got some really good alive moms too. Thank you.
yeah.
That
I saw when you sent me that Crunchyroll thing, they put Aaron Yeager's mom. I was like,
was
I guess she
I
was
was
a
like,
good
that whole
mom.
Crunchyroll thing was disrespectful.
She was a good mom because she did get Aaron saved and all
Yeah.
that. But the way when you first see that, you're like, dang, that's really sad. But then when you find out who ate her, you're like, wow.
I'm like, that's just messed up. Yeah, yeah, it was.
Essentially the side,
You're
not
right.
the
The side,
original, but
yeah,
side.
right. The side
Uh,
mom, the side piece,
the
side family.
original. She was the
Yeah,
original. She
yeah.
was the
She was the
OG.
original. Yeah, Aaron's mom was technically the side family.
But yeah. So I think I think that there's some good moms. But why don't you
Yeah,
start off with your list
my
of
alive
good living
moms.
alive
Uh,
moms?
Yeah, trying to decide if I was gonna keep the like more well known one as the beginning or the end, but I'll just get her over with. So Chichi. Chichi is definitely a great mom. A lot of people are upset at Chichi for the reasons I really liked Chichi. But throughout the entire Dragon Ball Z and even Dragon Ball Super series, she is really pro Gohan learning. She has Gohan in the books. And it's not like Gohan hated studying. Like, honestly, Gohan cried every time Goku used to try to make him train, or when Piccolo's green behind kidnapped him. Like, Gohan wanted to become a scholar, and Chi Chi really tried to help him flourish in that. She was also really big on like, Goku, you're strong, and I married you for your strength, but I want my son to be smart, and that's fine. And Gohan did grow up to be a scholar. He grew up to have a great family. He's still like one of the most powerful Super Saiyans, as we're going to see in this new movie that's coming out that I'm low key excited about. I'm high key excited about it. But we can still see that, like, at the end of the day, Gohan values his intelligence over his strength, which you don't see very often in Dragon Ball Z because clearly that's not the focus of the anime, which I think is what makes Chi Chi an even better mother. Because, like, Bulma, as cool as a mother she is, she definitely was pro, like, yeah, get Trunks in the hyperbolic time chamber with his dad. Y'all go fight. Y'all go do it up. And Chi Chi was very much like, nah, my son needs to be intelligent, and that's what he
Yeah.
wants to do. Like, she lets Goten hang out with Trunks because like Goten like that's what Goten wants to do. And that's the other thing I liked about her. She like pivoted to her son's strength. She didn't like force Goten to be behind the books when Goten clearly wanted to go fight with Trunks. She's like, okay, that's what he wants to do. I'm going to let him do that. But she was there to back Gohan up because that's not what Gohan wanted to do.
Yeah. I like Chi Chi. I didn't add her to my list because I'm just like, you know, mm, I think she's a good mom. I'm just not like the
Yeah.
biggest Dragon Ball Z fan. But I like
Right.
Dragon Ball
Right.
Z, but it's not like my die hard.
She
It's like a
wouldn't go on
OG,
a
a
list.
classic.
Yeah.
She would go on the list if I was
Right.
the list was like 100 of my favorite anime.
100 and not 5. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Um, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I feel like Dragon Ball Z is such a staple in my
it's a
household that she was
classic.
immediately. Yeah, it's like it's a
Yeah.
classic, and it's something that we like still like. We go like my brothers and I all go see every new Dragon Ball Z movie that comes out. Like it's still just a thing that we
Hmm.
go that we actively go do. So she was like one of the first
Yeah.
moms that popped into my head. Yeah,
Yeah, and I think Dragon Ball Z is a classic. Love it.
yeah.
But yeah. I think because it's just so hyped up that my
Mhm.
brain just never thinks about it.
That's fair. Yeah, the reason I love it is because I stay out of Dragon Ball Z
Hmm.
fandoms. Like I think if I interacted with the fans, I would hate it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things, like Rick and Morty. Like the more you interact with the fans, the more you hate the show. It's just like let me
How
just
can
enjoy Dragon
how do
Ball
you
Z in a
avoid that?
bubble.
Give us tips. Because everywhere I go,
Um,
there's a fan, and there's somebody shouting, "Can't nobody beat Goku?"
I
From the
literally
distance.
just scroll by. If there's one thing I've learned about the internet is that you don't have to read every comment. And so the moment I see anything about Goku, I just scroll on by. I'm like, it's not. I don't even care if I would have agreed with it. It's not worth my time or my energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So you said Chi-Chi.
Yes.
Um, do you want to keep going or should I go? I think you
I
should go
can.
ahead and go.
Yeah, I can keep going.
Name your people because mine are pretty random and crazy. So go ahead.
Okay. I mean, mine are also pretty random. My second mom is Miyako Ishida. She's from Asylum Voice, which is an
Hmm.
anime movie about a little girl who is deaf. And Miyako
Hmm.
Ishida is actually the mom of the boy who's bullying the little girl. And the reason I put her on the list is because she not only recognizes and is so remorseful for what she finds out that her son is doing. Like it was one of those things where like she just worked so hard she didn't know that her son was doing the things that he was doing. Like she wasn't that like in some anime when you meet the mom she's like yeah he's a little demon because I'm a demon time on all of us. Like she was legit someone who like just didn't know her son was misbehaving this way. And when the mom of the little girl like confronts her, she like the mom's getting ready to like I think pull at the little boy, and she like lets her like hit her instead, and she like rips the earring out of her ear, and she kind of just takes a beating for all of the things that her son has done. And then after that, of course, she's like, "You need to change. This is not okay. Like, you cannot bully people because they have a special need." But she's just like such a great mom, and not only how she deals with the anger of the other mother, but how she deals with disciplining her son from that point on. And you like noticed, of course, in the movie that he spends the entire movie trying to make reprimands for what he did to that little girl. And you can kind of like tell that how she instilled that into him kind of like helped him change his view on her. So she's a great mom. She is the mom of a little demon, but she is a great mom.
Okay.
um, and then we have Yasko from Toradora. Yasko is not the mom of Tiger, but why am I forgetting his
I
name?
was
Ryu.
like,
She's Ryu's mom.
definitely not Tiger's mom because I don't even know where she at.
No, Tiger's mom doesn't like Tiger's family is trash. They just like
Hmm.
send her money so she won't talk to them.
Yeah,
But
like
Ryu's mom,
every anime girl.
yeah, like every anime girl who has crab, well, every rich anime girl especially,
Yeah.
they are like all
Hmm.
rich but lonely.
The girl
Um,
from the bunny girl.
oh yeah, Rascal, yeah. Um, but yeah, no, Yasko's great. She, the first time you meet her, she kind of seems like she's ditzy and she's just like working at it as a hostess. But then you find out that like she was kind of dealt a bad hand in life. She had Ryu when she was really young. And ever since then, she's been working whatever job she can work to make ends meet, to make sure that he has an education, to make sure he can go to high school and college and really everything that he
Hmm.
needs. And so you see, like, she's a very sympathetic mom the more you get to see her because she's someone that's like, she's doing the best with the hand she was dealt. And she is a
Yeah.
really good mom. Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
Yeah, I've seen Toradora, and I agree
yeah.
with that.
Yeah. My next one is these ones are really just like for fun because they're just really great moms. But Tomoko Higashitaka, who is the mother of Josuke in in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Ha ha ha.
Mm.
She is just, I mean, she's just a badass. Like the woman does not let anyone bother her or her
Like,
son.
so,
Like,
Deska.
yeah, so I know that's why I was like, you know nothing about this woman. It's fine.
Mhm.
But she's just a complete badass. Like anytime somebody is doing something to Josuke in her presence, she's there to defend him. I remember there's very vividly there's a scene where a guy like pulls over to catcall her. She like walks over and slams his head into the door. She's like, "Do you know how disrespectful it is to holler at a woman on the side of the street?" She just like goes off on this dude after she smacks his head into a door. She's just like a thug mom, but she also like is classy and
Mhm.
takes care of herself. Like you tell, like she's well dressed. Like all the JoJo characters, are very,
Yeah.
dressed to the nines and everything. But she's like very well dressed, takes care of herself, and like has a certain air about her that is both classy and tough. And I love how they were able to like build that into a character so well. JoJo also just does a great job in general of like writing women characters where it doesn't feel like they're like, oh, they're there to be the savior. Like usually they're just as much of a badass as all the other characters. So there's Tomoko for us. And then your Forager from Spy Family. She's a new mom, recently a mom to an
Not a
adopted
real mom,
child.
but yes.
She okay, wait a minute. I don't think that's fair to say adopted moms aren't real moms.
Well, I'm not saying that adopted moms aren't real moms. I'm saying that they went into that situation. You know how they got in that situation.
Well, I think that's more falls on Twilight than Yor. Like I think
Yeah.
Yor is taking this as like she's, being adopted into this family now. Twilight definitely went in with the
Well,
intent of getting a yeah.
maybe the more as I watch it because I so far she's like until I'm done with my killing. Like
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Go watch a little further. She definitely is like what, and I think once she like meets Anya too, she realizes that like I can't just abandon this child after I'm done with my done killing people, and just the way they defend Anya, the
mhm,
way they like make sure that she's taken care of, even though both of them came in, even like Twilight, not to go on his tangent because it's about moms, but like even as much as he came in with like, I just need a little girl to get through this mission, he very quickly realized that like, no, this little girl needs love. She's been
mhm.
abandoned. Like we can't do this to
Yeah,
her. And the same
I've
thing with
seen that.
Yor. Yeah, yeah. I think that happens pretty
Yeah,
early
because it's
on.
like him. He's like, it reminds me of me because I
Yeah,
used to cry.
yeah. I used to cry in the darkness by myself. And yeah, Yor has a very similar thing. Not she was not
Hmm.
like she has a family. She's cool. Like not in that sense, but she
Yeah.
definitely has a moment where she's like, no, this little girl needs
Hmm.
love. She is lovable. I am here to love her. And I will be her mother. And I just think it's very cute,
Yeah.
especially to see from the perspective of like, she was kind of just tossed into this situation and is adapted to being a mother and really caring about this little girl.
Yeah. Because what I saw, I was like, they both just doing this because it's fake, like because they
Yeah.
need to. And she hasn't really like been like a mom yet. She's just like, I'm just here so that I don't get turned into the government.
Turned
Um,
into the government. Yeah.
outed that I'm a spy, but I'm not. So I mean, I like her though. So
Yeah. She definitely has her moment where she kind of gets past that.
mhm.
So yes, keep watching.
Okay. Well, is that
But
your list?
those are my five moms. Yeah.
Yeah, mine are totally different from yours. I feel like you had some classics in there. I don't
Yeah, I think my only
know.
classic was Toradora. Well, I guess two out of
Chichi.
three. Yeah, or 2 out of 5. Yeah, Toradora
Oh,
and
no,
Chichi.
nah. You had
Who else?
Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, that was my throw-in for yours though.
Hmm.
For the
Oh
Ghost Mom,
yeah.
I was talking about for my like
Okay.
actual list. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Mine are all pretty random. So I just watched this movie. I had not seen it, and then she's made my list. But I just watched The Wolf Children.
Ooh,
Um,
okay. I almost added her to my list. Yes.
and I added her because I thought that she was just it was so sad. First of all, it made me cry.
Mhm. Yes, I
But
cried through most of Wolf Children. Yeah.
you don't usually, I mean, unless you're watching like what's that, Clanadad or whatever,
Oh God, not
uh
Clannad.
that I always want to call it Clanadad because I think I get it mixed up with that and another anime that's similar to that one. Um
I'm only thinking
but
Clannad and Claymore. Is that
yeah, those two they
those two
sound
very
similar.
different anime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Canon? Does Canon sound familiar to you?
Uh,
Anyways,
no.
um
There's another anime
but
out there, yes.
you rarely ever see like someone give birth in an anime, like have a
Hmm.
child. Like usually it's like slice of, well, when I watch stuff, it's slice of life or whatever, but you rarely ever see somebody like meet, fall in love, have children. So when I saw that and you see her like become a mom despite the terrible circumstances, and then the fact that, I mean, I'm not gonna spoil it because I want everybody to watch it, but the fact that like one of the children is like, no, I'm like, leave me alone, I need to go live this life, and then the other one, like, you watch the kids grow up and they have their
Hmm.
differences. So that's why I think she was a great mom. I put her
Yeah.
on my list, and this is not in a particular order, it's just what I think.
Cool.
Um
I definitely
Another
agree with you
really,
on her.
yeah, I just was like, she was given a hard situation. So shout out to
She
her for
definitely
making
was.
it through
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Um
Because that would have been rough for me.
yeah, I would have probably
I don't
released
know.
him.
They
Um
released them to the wild, my wolf
yes.
babies.
That's what I would have done. I would have to the wild. Um, but another one is I like Psyche's mom from the Disastrous Life of Psyche K.
Mhm.
Because she loves Psyche so much, but also she's like the only person that could probably stop Psyche if he did something. Like, because he's low key kind of scared of her. But I love that she's so supportive of him and she calls him Koo all the time. And she was just so happy when he made friends. She was like crying. Like, that's what she prayed at the shrine, that he would have friends and have a good life. And also, I love like how she's like the balance. Like, even though it seems like she's an airhead and she's silly, and the dad will always be like, I love you to the moon and back. Like when her and the dad are fighting, it's funny. But also if she finds out someone's trying to dupe her, she gets really scary. And then I also like I said, she's a balance because there's an episode where the cat was trying to get Psyche back because he didn't like him and he
Mhm.
saved him. And Psyche doesn't like cats because they all look like skeletons to him. Just watch it. But the cat was like, I'm gonna show up at your house and make your family love me because humans exist to serve cats and all this stuff. And the dad brought him and he was like, haha, I'm gonna take over your house, human. You're gonna regret the day you didn't want to pet me or touch my paws.
Yeah, it's
And literally
definitely what goes through every cat's head for sure.
the mom comes and she's literally like, just starts sneezing. And she's like, I can't have cats. And she just like throws him outside. So I just think she's funny. She has these random funny moments and she's hilarious. And so there's even times where Psyche's in a bind and he doesn't want to like alert her because he knows that she'll show up and be like a mom, like to like when he's in danger, he needs something. So that's why she
Yeah.
made my list. She's adorable, she's funny, and she's great. The other mom that made my list is from another anime that I always recommend to people because Psyche and this other anime are two I always recommend when people are like, what should I watch? Erased.
Yeah.
So the
Also
guy's mom in
almost made my list.
Erased,
Yeah.
she's, first of all, she's a good mom because she
Mhm.
does not age. Let's talk about it. But the other part is if you watched Erased in the beginning, like his mom was extremely smart. Like she could have got her own anime. Like
Yeah.
she could definitely be a detective in another anime because she's extremely smart. And then even then, she always believed him, even when he was like a little kid, when he would tell her something. And there was the part where like I'm trying so hard not to spoil it, but there was the part where like the little girl, he was
Mhm.
keeping her and the mom was like, I don't know, but I'll, she just started
Yeah.
helping out and didn't
Right.
ask any
Like, I don't know what's
questions.
going on, but clearly you need me. Yeah.
But his mom was like, she was a bad bee. I'm gonna just say
Yeah.
that. She
I
was
I definitely
she
agree
could have
with
been
you.
the protagonist. Like
Yes. She was secretly the protagonist. She's.
she was.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, I completely agree with you. She almost went on my
Yeah.
list as well, but I was like, I feel like I wanted to add some people wouldn't have thought about. But yes, she's
Yeah.
definitely on top of
Yeah,
the
I
list.
feel like a
Yeah.
lot of people don't think about her because they
Yeah.
haven't seen it or they think the whole thing is about him.
That's fair.
But
Yeah.
he did everything basically, remember, for her in the
Right.
beginning because
Right.
of
Like the
that.
whole thing started was
Yeah.
because of her. Yeah.
And she was the one that was like, he would go to with his power. He'd be like, "Do you notice anything?" And she'd be like, "Yes." Blah 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 blah.
Right.
So, I love her, of course. Kyoko from Fruits Baskets. She's a
Hmm.
G. Not only was she a gangster, like she was in a gang with the long
She was
skirts.
an
She's a
actual
Yankee.
G. Yeah.
Um, um, and then she mellowed out after meeting his dad. But also, from what I remember, she was like pretty forgiving despite what happened to her.
Right.
Um, so, and she made Toru that way, even though Toru was not a G.
No,
So
Toro was the
that's
opposite of a G, but that's
she was
okay.
a soft, but that's
she
okay.
was she was a
Uh,
soft.
she was a softie. She
Yes.
was. She was like super.
She was
Um,
no, don't look, I'm sorry. I know a lot of people like Toro. Toro kind of annoys me, but
yeah,
but yeah, it's fine.
she's. Yeah, she's pretty
I
I'm
guess
trying to think of a
average.
nice way to say it.
Yeah, I was like
I
average
couldn't think of
anime
it.
girl, kind of.
And then I'm especially she's not average. She's like not Amelia. She is like Amelia and the girl from Seven Deadly Sins. But the other two I'm gonna
Half
smash
as annoying.
together, which are
Yes.
the other two I'm gonna smash together, which are newer moms. That you probably because you haven't watched these, which is the mom from I've Been Killing Slimes for 300 years. She's not a real mom; she's an adopted mom, like you mentioned.
Mm.
But she starts being a mom to like all these like young women, and I just love how protective she is of them. And then there's these. I don't want to spoil it. I've read the light novels. I can't remember if this is in the series, but she ends up creating these two daughters who are technically kind of her daughters, but they're born out of hate for
Hmm.
her.
Gotcha.
It's weird, but she ends up taking care of them and loving them, like even though they have like a big reason to hate her, and she just loves on them. So this is
Yeah.
like a newer age silly mom that I would add to that list just to be
Yeah.
fun. And then the mom from In the Land of Ledele or Ledele,
Yeah.
um, I watched that and she has kids, but she didn't even know. But because she gets isekai'd into this game after dying, like everyone else,
Right.
um, and the ended up in the game after it was supposed to end, and she's in this game, and these her kids are actually characters she created for her to play, like to do other stuff or something like that. So they're not her kids. They're these characters she created, but they consider themselves her kids. Like they don't know they're
Gotcha.
game characters
Right.
because they're like extra characters that she created to like go online instead of being her OP character.
Gotcha. Oh,
Um
okay. Like they're her alts.
mhm,
Okay. Got it.
her alts.
Got
So
it.
she has like a dwarf, two elf characters, and they call her mom. And so when she gets into this game and it's been 300 years, her kids are all grown up. They've established all this stuff and they have their own personalities because she's not playing them,
Right.
and I just love how she is. She's super mean to one of the kids because he's like
Oh.
very like OP, like in the sense that he like makes flowers appear when he comes around, and he just loves her so much. But
Oh,
I
that's
love
so
how
cute.
she is. And then the dwarf is like really hard working, but she always pats him on the head. And he's supposed to be like this wise old dwarf. And she looks young and he's like, "Stop it, mom," but he'll like blush. And so I love that. And then the other one is like, she's like head of the Magic Academy. And so she just like treats her very sweetly, but then sometimes she'll get mad at her because she'll talk about how she used to punish them. She used to be like, and she'll send like dragons out. She's so OP. Mother is so OP. So I just love her because she's such a silly mom. And I think
Yeah.
Crunchyroll put her on the mom list. And I was like, oh, I'm seeing the Land of Ledele. She actually is like a
And
really good
oh,
mom.
yeah.
Yeah, and she adopts another kid while she go when she goes into the game and wakes up 300 hours later or 300 years
Yeah.
later, and she really takes care of this kid and she like buys her stuff. And you can tell she's like she doesn't have like the sister complex, but like the mother complex of she loves like mothering things. So
Yeah.
she protects this little girl after her family gets killed, and it's the sweetest thing ever. Like that little girl is just so cute.
That's cute. I do. That is on my
Mhm.
list of like things to watch. Once I'm in an isekai mood
Yeah.
again, that's definitely like top of my
Yeah.
list.
The
Yeah.
little girl reminds me kinda of Ren from I was about to say Sesshomaru from Inuyasha. Sesshomaru got his
Very
own
different
anime.
characters. Yeah.
But she kind of reminds me of Ren, where she was like quiet and she's like doesn't want to
Aw.
leave that person. So I just love their little like mother bother daughter bond. But yeah,
Yeah.
those are some of mine. I have some other great anime moms that I probably could be shouting out that I can't think of.
Yeah.
But definitely Isabella would never be on my list from the promise.
No, Isabella does not make the cut for best mom. Sorry. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
I guess
So
in a way, in her own warped way, she thought it was better for those kids to die there than to see what the world had become. So, in her own warped way, she might have been trying to be a decent mother.
yeah, yeah.
I
Uh,
disagree. I mean, I think
I
she's a terrible
disagree, but
mom,
yeah,
but I'm just
I'm
saying,
like, yeah, sure,
in the
great.
psyche of Isabella, right?
Great. She's a great mom. And then I also see that people keep saying Mrs. Kobayashi is a good mom, and I'm confused by that.
I guess if you
But okay.
consider the dragons to kind of be, or some of the dragons to
They
kind of be
do,
her
but she's
mom,
not a
but
good mom. She's a
I don't think
terrible
she
mom.
is
She
either.
gets drunk and does crazy stuff to them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't
Um
think she's a good
and
mom.
those dragons
Yeah.
seem like they don't look at her as a mom except for the little girl who that's also we
weird.
talked
That
about how
whole,
creepy
yeah,
this
I
show
totally,
is.
yeah, I was like, this show is creepy.
Uh-huh.
I have questions for, sorry, like most people, I'm pretty open about different things that we
Hmm.
watch. Most things I'll give you a pass. I'm like, okay, you just wanted to watch that. That's cool. I got questions for the people who like Kobayashi. We need to talk
Yeah.
because there's something going
We'll
on.
talk. We'll talk about that next
Yes, that'll
episode
be
with you.
next episode. Yes.
Why do you like it? And
Why
other
do you?
popular opinions.
Yes,
Um,
anime that people like and we don't understand why. That'll be our
but
next
yeah,
episode. Yeah.
those are mine. They're pretty
Yes.
random, but I love it. So
I love
yeah.
it. I love hearing about new moms and it not being like I like the classic moms too, of course, but it's always nice to get some new moms mixed in. But yeah, on that note, happy belated Mother's Day to all the moms, animal moms, real people moms, adopted moms, all of that.
The would-be moms and the moms
Yes,
that
would
didn't.
be moms. Yeah.
Yeah, the moms that will be moms, the moms that, lost someone,
Yes.
those moms too.
Yes, all versions of moms. The moms who are moms because they just take care of people who need it. Yes, you all deserve love every day, not just for Mother's Day.